Everybody, meteorologist Hunter Forrest here. We now have our newest tropical storm in the Caribbean Sea right now. Tropical Storm Sara has formed in the central Caribbean, where these storms normally form as we head into the middle of November. You could really see the thunderstorm activity really starting to pick up as we head into the afternoon. It finally became a tropical depression very early this morning at about the 4 o'clock advisory. And now for the 1 o'clock afternoon advisory, we now have Tropical Storm Sara. Winds fairly light at about 40 miles per hour, gusting to 65, moving to the west at 12 miles per hour. Now, you'll see the track here, and it has a lot of land interaction on it. So if it continues to stay on the southerly track of the National Hurricane Center's cone, then this tropical storm really won't do much because there's going to be a lot of land interaction. And when you have a lot of land interaction, these storms can't grow stronger. But if it stays on the northern side of the track, it'll be over more open waters, over very warm waters, but it'll eventually make its way over the Yucatan Peninsula, which again, that land interaction will continue to weaken it. And you'll notice on the cone here, there is no signals that this is going to strengthen into a hurricane. So compared to yesterday, this is very, very different. The models trended for this thing to go a little bit more to the south, and that created more land interaction, and now the models are really on board with that. So that's some great news there. But if it does continue to make its way into the open water and maintain its strength through the Yucatan Peninsula, it has the opportunity to emerge back into the Gulf of Mexico, where there's still pretty warm water, and it would certainly take it over towards Florida if something was still to be there. But it's looking like over the next couple of days, it's just going to kind of fizzle out over Central America. Right now, we have tropical storm warnings in effect for areas of Honduras. Right now, a few tropical storm watches as well. But this storm had a lot of things going for it. Very warm water in the Caribbean Sea, anywhere from the lower to mid 80s, which is well warm enough for these storms to strengthen, but also there wasn't a lot of wind shear. You'll see the storm really starting to form over the last couple of days and not really seeing any wind shear in the area, so that allowed it to continue to grow. And when these storms interact with wind shear, it inhibits them from growing any even stronger. So you'll see there's more wind shear over towards Florida and the northern Gulf of Mexico as well, but in the Caribbean, there's not much. So you have warm water, not a lot of wind shear, and that's why the models yesterday were really hinting at something growing into something pretty strong, because it was going to stay over the open water much longer than what was expected for today. So that's why the models are hinting at something a little bit different, and that's what happened overnight. So we'll see the GFS model as we head into our Thursday evening. We have Tropical Storm Sara really just meandering just off the coast or right on the coast of Honduras as we head into Friday. It's still there on Saturday. It's still there really on Sunday. And then once we get into Monday, it fizzles out as it makes its way over the Yucatan Peninsula because it's over land for way too long and it can't sustain itself. So it fizzles out. And the European model is kind of on board with that as well. You'll see here we have the European and the American model together, and they both have it fizzling out as we head towards the end of the weekend. Yesterday, these models were saying we were going to have a pretty significant tropical storm or even a hurricane by this weekend, but again, this is trending now in favor of areas in the Gulf of Mexico, not as in favor for areas like Honduras, because this is still going to bring them a good amount of rain, a lot of rainfall, torrential rainfall, and they're prone to mudslides because it is a very mountainous region. But again, great news for Florida, because yesterday this was kind of a different story. It was also a little bit frightening because it looked like it could have been a pretty significant storm. But of course, it's still early, and that was about a week away, so things could still change over the next couple of days. But if it continues on its track and just stays over Honduras and Central America as we head into tomorrow and into the weekend, it really can't do much after that. So hopefully that's the trend, and that's going to continue to stay. Now, as we take a look, though, at the November hurricanes over the last over 100 years, we've only seen 4 landfalling hurricanes. So this Sara could have been the next one, according to the models yesterday. But of course, today, those have changed. We've only had about 4. We've had Kate, Nicole, Yankee, and Expedition. That one was way back in 1861. Now, the name right now is Sara. That is the newest tropical storm. The next name on the list is Tony. Hopefully those names won't have to come to fruition, but of course, we'll continue to keep you updated here at 13 News Now for the rest of the hurricane season.